How's it going, everyone? This is Tom. I'm excited to bring you QTom, or Question Time, episode 5, I believe we're on. This is the show where I kind of just answer your guys' questions, just to kind of help you out or something like that. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section of this video, and then I will try to answer it in the next episode. Basically, what you're watching at the moment is a league play match, and basically if you go back to 16 seconds in on this video, you'll basically see somebody quit out, and that person is on our team. And basically in league play, the way league play works, if you're unfamiliar, is it's basically kind of a lot more competitive than normal public matches on Call of Duty, and you get 4v4 teams, and if you lose a teammate, you don't get another one join you. So basically we were 3 men against 4 people, and it's actually a really exciting gameplay. I think I'll drop a good amount of kills. Yeah, hopefully you kind of engage with, we were kind of trying our hardest to kind of win against the 4, because you're really at a huge disadvantage if you lose a man in league play. So basically that's really all I wanted to talk about in the gameplay itself, about the gameplay itself. I'm probably going to cut a little bit out of the middle just because it's going to be a very long video otherwise. But yeah, let's just crack on with the questions. Okay, so the first question comes from the video, the last kind of episodes. This was on the QTom episode 3, so it's one I didn't get to in my last QTom episode, and it comes from, let me just get it up here, Veyron Kumar, and hopefully I am saying that right, and he asks, even if the Samsung Galaxy S4 has better specs, why do you like the iPhone 5 like me, an Apple fanboy? So I'm going to take this kind of this question a different way and talk about why I like Apple in general. And to be honest, well, one, I am a huge Apple fan, but if something comes out which I prefer to use more than my iPhone, I will switch. It's as simple as that. I'm not just kind of blindly following Apple's company. Like I do actually care about, you know, the tech that I use and stuff like that. So for example, if the HTC One, which I should be getting very soon, is good. There is actually, if I prefer using it to my iPhone, then I'll do that. For me personally, iOS is just a lot more preferable operating system for me than Android. It has a nicer UI. It's just, for me, it's just better, and that is the reason that I use it. It just works. I don't have to fiddle around with a ton of stuff to get it working. I'm kind of a good design head. I really like nice design, so that's why I prefer iOS over Android. So that's kind of just a very basic summary of why I prefer the iPhone over anything else at the current time. That being said, I haven't used the S4 or the HTC One, but I should be getting both very soon, actually. Okay, getting on to the most recent questions. BTech Talk, Ben asks, what do you think about iOS 7? Now, I want to keep these questions kind of a little bit at a minimum, but that being said, I do realise that a lot of my subscribers on my gaming channel come from my tech channel, so it's understandable that you want to ask me tech stuff. So basically, iOS 7 is interesting, and I do like it. I definitely like it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the betas, hence why I don't use it on my iPhone 5, for instance, but I am enjoying it, and it's definitely a fresh look. Personally, I really like Control Center. It is really good, very useful, and it actually saves a lot of jailbreak tweaks. Like, it kind of combines a lot of jailbreak tweaks into one, so that's a very good feature from Apple. So yeah, I think they'll be great once it's out, but currently it's still a little bit buggy for mainstream usage. Next up, we have a question from Darren Kyle, and he's asked, other than the Call of Duty franchise, do you play or would you recommend any first-person shooter games? Now, I play Call of Duty because it's just the best thing for me. I really enjoy it. I just really like it. I know that lots of people like Battlefield. I have played around with Battlefield once or twice, but to me it just kind of seems a bit stupid. Like, there is just a lot of mechanics in there which I just don't really understand, and I know that a lot of Battlefield heads will say that you know, Call of Duty's unrealistic and doesn't really kind of just, none of it's real. But personally, I just really like the way Call of Duty feels, the way it plays. Personally, I'm really excited for an upcoming game which will be on the next-gen consoles called Titanfall, which, if you're unaware, Infinity Ward, the game which the other Call of Duty company there's Treyarch and Infinity Ward, and they switch between the two for developing. So Black Ops 2 is made by Treyarch, and Infinity Ward are doing Call of Duty Ghosts. But the Infinity Ward actually split up into two different companies a few years back, and their game, the game which these kind of second company are making, is coming out, and it will be for the next gen consoles, and it's called Titanfall, and it looks absolutely incredible. I really can't wait to actually play it. It should be a lot of fun, and hopefully it will be different enough for Call of Duty that it's its own game, but better and good enough that it will kind of might develop on Call of Duty's flaws and stuff like that. So I'm really excited for Titanfall. It should be a great game. Next up comes from Yaya M, and he asks, awesome video, Tom, loving the series. My question is that if you had to pick one device to keep, what would it be? And I assume that probably you mean smartphones, because I don't know, like, you know, a tablet would just be a kind of a different situation altogether. But if I had to pick a phone, what would I pick? I would say, this question is kind of a bit loose. I'm not 100% what you're asking for, but if I had to like pick my favorite device ever, I would say probably the iPhone 4, as it's kind of what kind of was the first phone I ever really did anything tech-wise on. So that was probably that's probably the one I'd keep. I actually sold it to buy my iPhone 5, but ideally I would have liked to keep it. It would have been fun to keep. So next up, I have a question from the one and only Bozable, and he asked, what is your favourite video game of all time, and do you have The Last of Us? Now, a lot of people are saying that The Last of Us is probably the best game you can get for PS3 or whatever, and I actually have a friend who constantly says she wants to play The Last of Us and hasn't got around to it, and she kind of chastises me about my not willing to play any other game other than Call of Duty. But I just kind of... Call of Duty is just good. I'm a very competitive person, and I really like how Call of Duty is so competitive, like much more competitive. That's why I'm not a huge fan of single player games. I haven't ever touched the single player on Call of Duty. So that kind of just sums up this video. I think that's pretty much the end. As you can see, 3v4, we did win in the end. We're on 240 points to 188, so that was a really good game. Really enjoyed it, and I've dropped 40 kills, so that's a very successful league play match, especially against 4 people. If you have enjoyed, give it a like, drop your questions down below for QTom the next episode, and I will catch you next time.